Hey guys, Mr. Bone here with your 7th grade week in review and next week's preview. This week we finished up chapter 5. We did a 6-frame summary. We took a couple of days, Monday and Tuesday, to do your 6-frame summary. Wednesday we had a test, or we did test review, sorry, and then yesterday, Thursday, we did the chapter 5 test, turned in your 6 frames. Those were the last 2 grades on the first marking period. So if you haven't done those yet, you needed to do them. Anything else you needed to do, you need to get those in ASAP. This is the last day of the marking period. So try to get everything in that you can to get your grade up at least to a passing grade, which is D-. This coming week, we are going to be starting on our first DBQ. You're working on a assignment today. Guess I could go back there and talk about that. Your justice activity today. Make sure you get that done. You're going to need to have that background for starting our DBQ next week. And it's a little activity, shouldn't take you too long to do. Just make sure you do your best on it. It is important to do that. This will actually probably be your first grade of the new marking period. So you want to make sure you do a good job on that. Now, up to next week. Starting our DBQ and getting through the pages, the hash out, doing our bucketing, all that kind of stuff. By Wednesday, starting the writing on Thursday while you're here, and then Friday of our last virtual day, you guys will be home finishing up any writing that you may need to do. It'll be due at midnight Friday night. So those of you who don't remember or haven't done a DBQ, we will have all the same usual background. We'll give all the directions and everything else. For those of you who do remember DBQs, we did the Aztec one last year. It's really not that hard. I always say the biggest thing with DBQ is to do what I tell you, when I tell you, how I tell you, and then everything else becomes very, very easy. So make sure you're doing that. Don't get behind this coming week. Don't just slack off. Don't just decide you're going to do everything later. Don't decide you're going to do it your own way. At least on this one, make sure you're doing it the way I tell you to, when I tell you to, how I tell you to, and then everything becomes easy. So DBQ will be finished up this week, and we'll get started on, let's see where we're at coming up next. We'll be talking about Egypt. Ooh. So after next week's DBQ, we'll be moving on to Egypt. Sounds fun. See you Monday.